Now, here's the problem. If you're dealing with someone who's really analytical, then they're going to come back over here to the scan, and they're not gonna stop there. They're gonna scroll down and they're gonna look at the vitals and they're gonna look at the chakras and the meridians and they're gonna come down to the comprehensive and say what's wrong with my small intestine wall and what's wrong with my stomach cross section or the nerves in the brain. Now, for some people, that's going to be what they need to jumpstart their healing. That's going to be what they need in order to get involved. But for other people, it's going to push them back. Now, I am going to beg Lauren. I'm going to beg him. Please, Lauren, can you please make the quick scan an independent scan that can be emailed? Like, I'm going to beg for a little email tab there on the quick scan, because if you just do this as a quick scan, you can't send it to anyone. You can't. But the fact that you can send it in the easy scan format means that the technology is there to be able to send it. It's only right now, it's only currently able to be sent along with everything else. But I'm going to beg him to please put that so that all of us can just email that one part and still make it imprintable. All right. So that is my tip of the day. Anybody have any questions about that? Let's start there, and then we'll open up the floor to your experiences over the last few days. If those of you who have shared the Easy Scan, or excuse me, the AO Scan with people, and then also those of you who have questions. Are there any questions about this thing that I just did? You know, there could have been things typed out, and I don't have that pulled up. So let me find that. Oh, here it is. All right. Go ahead with any questions. You can either type them or you can just raise your hand. All right, here we go. That would be great. My client gets so confused about reports no matter how much I tell them to leave the reports to me. I'm in that same situation. So even though I am saying this, there are only certain people that I can do that with. I have to just not do it with most people. And that's one of the reasons why I have my clients now getting an IC Glow Pad, because that will allow me to just say, go into the portal and run this frequency or run that frequency inside of the IC Glow Pad. But it would be great if we could isolate that. I completely agree. All right. Great tip. I sure hope Lauren will agree to the email option. It would be a game changer for sure. Listen, I hope so. Maybe I'll send him a clip of this class. Maybe that'll help. He's open to suggestions, so the scanner is forever evolving. All right. Yep, here's a question. When I send an easy scan report to me, I don't see anywhere I can imprint, only erase. Can you show us that again? Well, if you send an easy scan report to yourself, if you don't see anywhere for you to imprint, that means you haven't done the beginning part. That means you haven't set it up so that you can just do the general tab or general category and make sure that the general category is full of imprintables. If you just leave it when you do an easy scan, if you skip that one part, then you're going to have morning, afternoon, or evening, which is full of things that are not imprintable. And unless the imprintables are the closest frequencies to you in that moment, then they're not going to come up. So what the point of this is to show you how to make it come up. And that's the difference. All right. What's the difference between the IC Glow Pad and the Solex transducers? They're completely different mechanisms. So the transducers are made to emulate the tuning forks, and so that was the premise of them before, the frequency of the tuning forks. Now in the AO Scanner mentorship course, I taught you how you can use that same technology with other things in order to imprint. And so the IC Glow Pad is just a different delivery mechanism. It uses magnets and lasers to imprint. And with the IC Glow Pad, you can access other areas of the Quantum Wellness Portal. If you've got have a full subscription, you can access other areas with the infoceuticals, but you also can do that with the IC Glow Pad. You just need a couple, I'm sorry, with the transducers. You just need a couple of other things. And I teach you that in the course. So if you look, I forget what module it is, but if you can't find it, it's in one of the modules that I literally teach you how to do it. If you can't find it, ask in the course and I'll specifically find the module and show you. Ann said, I thought only the people with the scanner could imprint. They can only imprint what they want to imprint. But if you utilize the method that I'm teaching and you send them the report has no choice other than to allow them to imprint those specific things that come up. In general, Ann, yes, only those with the scanner can imprint what they want to imprint. But your clients can imprint this if you send them the easy scan report. Right. Kathy says, as far as supplements, I'm guessing we just add things such as essential oils, etc. I'm not exactly sure what you mean. I mean, yes, the answer is yes, but I feel like you're asking something a little bit deeper. So can you either raise your hand or just ask that just a little bit differently if you want to retype it? Am I able to imprint methylene blue so it comes up in the general? No, you are not. You can't change what comes up as imprintable in the scanner. But if you have a full subscription to the Quantum Wellness Portal, we do have methylene blue in the Quantum Wellness Portal, and you can imprint that if you have either an IC glow pad or if you have the transducers. I show you how, but that wouldn't work in what I'm saying. You wouldn't be able to send that to your clients to imprint. It would be completely a different thing. That's another reason why the IC glow pad kind of comes in handy. What type of supplements can we load under general? You're not loading supplements. So technically you could load any supplement under general. You can load whatever you want. You just, when you load a supplement, you're assigning it a category. The general category, the way it starts, it's only what Solex puts in. So you don't have any control over what naturally comes in the generals category. What naturally comes in the general category is what Solex put in. And what I'm telling you is to go through, and there might be some other things. Sometimes it shows up in there like vitamin D or methylene blue or something like that. Those aren't imprintable. So I would say take those out of the general category. But in general, I'm saying general, in general with the general category, what you're dealing with is what Solex puts in. But you can always add to it. It's just not a good idea because it'll get confusing. All right. So I hope that you guys take that tip and do something with it if you'd like. But remember, you got to be careful who you do this with, because I was doing this with someone and it was driving them crazy. You know what? I started doing something for this particular client that was driving him crazy. I started doing something different. I'm gonna show you because I was able to calm him down. But as I get really, really busy, it was just harder to do. So here's what I did. Let me go back over here to my iPad. All right. All right, let me go back to Easy Scan. Now this would be if you really wanted to if you really wanted to get involved. I would run an Easy Scan. I already showed you how I did that, so that's neither here nor there. So I run an Easy Scan, and then I would come back to the main page, and I would go down to Vitals Scan, and I would deselect all, and the only thing I would put in there would be food sensitivities. That's it, right? Because food sensitivities didn't freak this particular client out. So I did a scan. Now you gotta love somebody to go through this much trouble. I'm just letting you know. So scan, optimize. This only takes a second. All right. Then, now remind you, you have to do the easy scan first with what I'm saying. So you have to do a complete easy scan in order for this to work. And then I go down again and I go to comprehensive. When I get to comprehensive, I do a custom scan. I deselect all. And I go down here to skeleton, and I would choose vertebrae. Nothing else. Why? Because the spine didn't freak this client out. Scan. Optimize. Go back to the home page. I'm telling you, this client was my nephew, so I did love him. That's the reason why this happened. Now, you go back to the easy scan, and I'm going to look at my enhanced report. Now, you saw what my easy scan looked like before. Look at what it's going to look like now. So we have the inner voice there. We have the supplements there that we can imprint because we did it first. Again, if you don't do that first, this won't work. You can't do the easy scan last. You got to do it first. But now let's look at the vitals. The only thing we're going to have on the vitals is food sensitivities. So we have removed all of the extra stuff that freaks people out. And when we get down here to the comprehensive, the only thing we got is vertebrae. And sometimes if you don't have anything on the vertebrae that is troublesome, then the comprehensive part comes up as nothing. Now, prior to doing this, if you do an easy scan first, just for your records, I would email yourself a copy of that easy scan because what you're looking at is the full body chemistry of that person. But now you have an easy scan that is a lot less freaky to people. You got the inner voice on it. You got this, which is really what you want. This is the whole reason for doing this. And then you have some food sensitivities, which doesn't really freak anybody out. You have vertebrae that doesn't freak anybody out. And then you can email them that report, and then emailing them that report will make it a whole lot more palatable to people. All right. Hang on. All right. Elizabeth says, oh, thanks, Elizabeth. And Kathy says, I'm a genius. You know what, Kathy? I am a nerd who has nothing to do all day long but figure out ways other than to figure out ways to support my community. All right, Amy, go ahead and unmute. I might need to actually add Amy, though, in order to get, yeah, I think I do. All right, Amy, go ahead and unmute.
Okay, I did. So the question I have, hi,
It's good to see you.
it's great seeing you.
Thank you.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
Give great information.
Thank you, ma'am.